Hi, welcome back. I'm Joe. This is the Ultimate Love Letter. Thank you for joining the conversation. Scarcity versus abundance is the conversation we need to get into. You know, when we are saturated in a mindset of scarcity or fight or flight, we have to understand that we are not seeing things as they are. When we are unable to see the abundance and the resources and the way out or the way through that God has for us, then our work is to create a place of stillness so that we can gain clarity and insight on how to move forward. This is a conversation we had this weekend with a few friends. And so, of course, I know this conversation is intended for someone, so we got to get into it. I also know what it means to just live, just to be living in the middle of a scarcity mindset. Now, understand and note how I said a scarcity mindset, because there really is never anything that's scarce. We always have a point forward, a point to tap into our abundance, a point to tap into our birthright. But it is the illusion that is in our head, that is in our mind, that just seems real and that, simply put, keeps us from abundance. You know, when we're going through life and we feel like we have to make things happen, we have to figure out how to pay the bills. We have to figure out how to get rent paid. We look and compare what is in the bank compared to what we have to pay. And I know that is reality. That looks like a reality. And when we find ourselves in the lack of, we often turn to, okay, well, what can I do right now in this moment to fix it? And then we end up making decisions that are misaligned with our source, that are misaligned with the ways that God is presenting for us to go forward. And I understand when we're in that fight or flight state of mind, we can't see a way forward. We immediately turn to what we already know, the things that we have seen, the avenues rather that bring forth the money to cover the bills, right? So we immediately go back to, well, what have I done before previously that paid the bills? What do I know is a sure way that will make sure that I have enough, quote unquote, to make ends meet, instead of turning to source and asking our intuition, asking our divine guides, our highest self, the universe, God, whatever it is that you call this higher being, which is the appropriate way forward. You know when it's a misaligned way forward because it just seems heavy. It just seems like a worn out way. Oftentimes, it seems like a way that we don't want to go to make ends meet. And get clear, if we're just making ends meet, that's scarcity. We're not put here, we're not designed to just meet the ends. We are designed to tap into abundance that overflows, that brings us more than enough in the moments that we need it. So, how do we tap into abundance over scarcity? First things first, create stillness. And how we do that, I am a huge advocate of meditation. I don't know what meditation does as far as it creates a point for it to be, for stillness, for clarity to come in. And but I can't speak to it scientifically. They're masters that can talk about that. But what I know for sure is that After I have come out of even a 5 minute meditation, and I mean 5 minutes consistently over a period of like 3 days, all I know is that insight, ideas, paths that I could not see clear when I'm just wrapped up in the illusion of scarcity. All of a sudden, after meditation, I'm like, oh, wait, I didn't consider that avenue. Oh, wait, I didn't consider that resource. Oh, wait, I didn't consider that means forward. But that's God. That's God giving us direction, giving us clarity of things that we can't see when we are simply trying to do things, get things done according to our own will. And our own will, get this straight, without God, our own will is very limited. And here's the thing, we are limitless beings. We have the power. We are meant to, it is our birthright to create everything we need the moment we need it in limitless forms, limitless, no limits. But we ourselves continue to put caps on what we can create. And we do it with our own thinking. We do it because we don't believe we're that powerful. We do it because we can't, when we're in the thick of bullshit, see a clear way forward. But that's okay. All we're meant to do, our first work, when we're in a fight or flight situation, is to create stillness. Now, I know we think, how can I don't have time to sit still. I need to get busy doing what I got to do to get this rent paid. I need to get busy doing what I got to do to put food on the table. But if you can consider for a moment, that very mindset is what has gotten us to this very point of scarcity. Trying to do things with your own thinking instead of tapping into the higher thinking that is also available to you. A higher being that can see the bigger picture, that has creative millions of ways that allow us to tap into this abundance that's ours. When will we turn to the wisdom that's within? Turn into the abundance that's around us. Turn into the intuition that will guide us to the wealth that is right in front of us that we can't see when we have this thick fog, this wool over our eyes that just immediately turns to the same outdated, overworn paths forward to make an end meet very quickly. The problem is, as soon as we make an end meet, that will only solve the problem for a limited time before we gotta make the ends meet again. Understand that scarcity mindset is stemming from a very deep place within. And that scarcity mindset will never go away. You will never hear it. You never quiet it. You would never find a way forward unless you do something different. And doing something different is tapping into that quiet space so that your soul can speak, so that your soul can show you a new, fresh way forward into the wealth, into the richness, into the limitless of abundance that's right in front of you that you can't see. And I'm in it every single day. Every single day that I am in uncertainty, which is every day these days for months, I have to refrain from going down the old worn out paths that I know that I have gone down in the past for most of my life, if not all of my life, up until the last few years, to try to make things happen the way I used to make them happen. Well, that's the old me. And I recognize what was created when I was living from those old fears, from those old beliefs, not knowing, not realizing how abundant I am, how limitless I am, how I am able to create all that I need right now. And as soon as I step back into the freshness of that knowing that I am abundant, that I am limitless, all of a sudden everything comes to me from that point. All of a sudden, after I come out of meditation, because I need meditation to kind of quiet this mind, to kind of quiet the ego, to quiet that scarcity mindset that just wants to continue to creep in. Once I get clear and I just shut this mind up, soon as I come up from a deep submerged meditation, all of a sudden now I understand and I see, oh, this is the way forward. Oh, I didn't consider that way to get that done. Oh, I didn't consider I have this resource that I totally forgot about, but my soul reminded me was there. Understand this clearly. If you have found yourself submerged in a scarcity mindset, for God's sake, allow your work, the first 5, 10 minutes of the day, allow it to just be meditation. You will gain divine insight, divine wisdom on a clearer, fresh path that you cannot consider for yourself. Again, I don't know all the things that meditation does, but I know it taps you into this divine wisdom that can see things far deeper, far clearer than we can. So if you find yourself in any form of lack, any form of you don't know how you're going to make it to next week, any form of uncertainty, for one, know that you are not alone. You are in good company. And also know you are a limitless being, and your intuition, your God, your highest self that's within is speaking. It is guiding you to all that you need. The problem is you cannot hear it. So why not create a quiet space right now so that you can commune with this divine wisdom? It wants to give you everything. It wants to guide you forward. It wants you to follow it into limitless abundance, riches, peace, health that you do not know is available right now. You have the power to create it all. You have the power to choose in any moment which way, which resource you will use to close the gap on anything you need. I know you can't see it. Go deep within, submerge right now into meditation and allow that knowing to come forth and tell you which direction to go. If we continue to just refuse to tap into this wisdom, then you run the risk of continuing to live in the state of fight or flight, scarcity, lack. And that's because we're refusing to do anything different. So then nothing changes unless something changes. Allow your meditation to be the change today. And I promise you, you will see powerful movement and ascension forward as soon as you tap into that wisdom. Don't delay. You owe it to yourself to tap into the abundance that's there. Don't struggle any longer. Get free from that scarcity mindset. Get free in the limitless abundance, in the limitless being that you are. Get free right now. You are worth it. Until next time, love yourself and love others. We'll chat again soon. Bye for now.